What is up, YouTube? It's Fresh bringing a brand new video, and today we're going to be reviewing Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. Finally, I get to review it. This will be a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie, or leave a like for now, come back later, and yeah, let's get into it.
Wake your ass up.
So yeah, going into this movie, I honestly thought this was going to be peak cinema. I'm not even going to lie to you. I thought this was going to be a very, very good movie. I was really hoping to see more from the standpoint of the multiverse, but I mean, they did show us a lot. I'm not saying I wanted a bunch of cameos. I'm just saying I wish they dove deeper into the multiverse rather than just, I, I feel like they gave us a whole lot, but not much at all. You know what I mean? I feel like Marvel's so good at that. I don't know why. And I was actually expecting it to be almost better, if not better than No Way Home. And to me, it's not better than No Way Home. In my opinion, I still like the movie, but I feel like I understand now why critics put it at a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm starting to understand these scorings because when you watch it, it's good, but it's a lot of mistakes, errors, and we're gonna get into that. All right, so first things first, I want to address the VFX. I feel like the VFX and the CGI was actually really good for most of the movie, and I thought they did a really good job. And obviously, that's really hard. It's a hard job to do, so we got to really give them credit where credit is due. I just felt like at the start of the movie, it was such a weird start for me. I honestly felt like I was watching like I was watching Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I think I told my girlfriend that. I think I told Bianca that when we left out the theater. I was like, uh, is, "What am I watching right now?" Like, I was like, "Yo, this is like they in the dream. Like I'm ready for bro to come out the side of the screen and say." Dream, 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 dream. Like I'm like, what's going on? Like, I understand like the VFX being hard and stuff, but like my God, I don't know what that scene was. Like that was very dated. Like that went back in time for real. Like it was really good through most of the movie, but that start was really, really bad for me. I didn't really like it at all. Also, another thing I want to touch on, and this is why my score isn't as low as other people are giving it. I feel like people are saying, oh, well, Wanda took over the show. Wanda had, most of the arc, character development, all that, right? But now I understand that not every character had character development in this movie, but we've had movies, villains take control of the movie before, be the star of the movie, and there was no problem. Now, I don't think it's a bad thing that Wanda made this movie what it is. I don't feel like it's a bad thing that Wanda made this movie good. I think it was just the lack of other side characters developing and the lack of Doctor Strange for the audience. The audience couldn't really see that convincing character development. You know what I'm talking about? Although it was brought up, although it was there, I feel like it wasn't convincing enough. And I feel like that might be the problem for some people with their viewings and their scores and reviews. But personally, I think that doesn't affect the movie entirely. And I actually thought it was really good. All right, so one thing I want to talk about is the horror in this film as well. I feel like the horror in the film at times was unnecessary. I feel like it didn't fit the scene. It was kind of, it was just a weird shot to have. Another thing that makes me think of it is when they were trying to have the evil Doctor Strange be scary. They were having him, he was scary. No, don't get me wrong. He definitely came off as scary when he first entered the scene. But then they got them fighting with the music notes and then the evil music and dun dun. It was just gimmicky. It went on for way too long, and it was just really it just didn't do anything for me. I feel like that was just a weird scene to have in there, and I felt like it was forced. Another thing I want to talk about is the love connection for Doctor Strange and him just having to grow with terms of, you're not going to be happy all the time. Even though he accomplished so much, it's just there's certain point in his life where it's like his happiness is in question. You know, the love of his life is getting married, and all these things are happening, and I feel like they touched it so well. I feel like Sam Raimi did a really good job in my opinion, and I love the part. I don't know, he just like me for real. He just like me for real when he was all like, oh, I love you in every universe. I was like, you just like me for real. I would tell that's a good scene right there. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That's what we need. We need more of that. Sam Raimi, really good job with that. Really good job. Another thing, I predicted it. The Illuminati got absolutely wiped out. I predicted that. I knew they were gonna do it just like Invincible with the I forgot their name, but you guys know what I mean. Omni Man did it to him. And yeah, man, I predicted that. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm actually pretty proud of myself for predicting that. I was like, hey, I called that. I called that. I should have made a YouTube video about it, making predictions, because that would have probably got a million views now. But about the members of the Illuminati, I'm happy that T'Challa wasn't there. I'm happy that there wasn't a T'Challa there because he would have had to die, because that's what happened to the Illuminati. So I'm happy that didn't happen. Reed Richards looks good. I don't know if he's better than the old Reed Richards. I think the old Reed Richards is probably the best Reed Richards they've ever had. And I would have probably liked to see him in this one rather than see him in this one, but I mean, it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, going back to Wanda, I feel like the acting from Elizabeth Olsen was so good. I feel like she did an amazing job. And I honestly feel like this was Oscar worthy. I'm not going to lie to you. And this was a crazy change of pace. Like, this was real villainy type stuff. You know what I mean? Not anti hero, not, Wanda's just kind of mad right now in her feelings. Like, this is really prime time villainy right here. And I thought she did a good job. I might be over exaggerating with the Oscar worthy performance, but I thought she definitely carried this movie and she definitely went crazy. You could tell that Sam Raimi was directing this movie, and I just love that. It was a different style, change of pace from the MCU that we're so used to. And I feel like everything that was in it for the horror, for the most part, was actually really good. The way Wanda killed the Illuminati was probably one of the best scenes we've had in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This was a great scene. I loved every part of it. But one thing I do have to critique, how is Reed Richards the smartest man alive, but he's doing dumb stuff like giving away his plans? Now, you could say his ego has gotten so large that, what I mean, you live long enough to see you become dumb. You know what I mean? He was too smart. He went full dumb for a second. He literally gave away his plans, gave away what he can do to Wanda, and it backfired. It backfired. And the way Black Bolt died was absolutely insane. The way Reed Richards died, I don't know. I felt kind of iffy on that. But one thing I want to know is, was this a plot hole or was it, Wanda just having bad battle IQ? Because she did Reed Richards and Black Bolt dirty. She actually went toe to toe with Captain Marvel and Captain Carter. So it's like, why didn't she just take away their limbs? You know what I mean? But she didn't, and they fought. And by the way, Superman would beat her ass. Let's just keep that up 100. Let's just keep it how it is. Superman was speed blitzer, killer. Um, Obviously, if she's able to fight them like that and not do that to them, then obviously they Superman can do it. But yeah, so Captain Carter got completely cut in half. That's crazy. I was so like, wow. Like, the scenes were kind of graphic. You know what I mean? that it was a good movie. It really was a good horror, type movie. Another thing, Wong went absolutely crazy in this movie. I loved how we finally got to see Wong take action, get into some fights. I actually was really sad when they all, were fighting Wanda and Wanda took them out because I was like, dang, these look like some good characters that we could have touched on. I wish we could have seen more of them. You know what I mean? But at least we got to see Wong do his thing. I was scared for Wong at first. It was cool that they went to the mountains and everything, and that whole scene. That was great. Wanda seeing the shrine of her and everything. I thought the whole thing was really good. But hey, another thing, this Wanda was taking no accountability the whole entire movie. I'm sitting here like this woman Black Panther. I'm sitting here like, bro, there's no way Wanda is gonna sit here and tell Doctor Strange, she gonna tell him that doesn't seem fair. Bro, I'm sitting here like, what? What? It does seem kind of fair. It does seem kind of fair. You literally enslaved people in a town. Like Wanda, come on now. Come on now. Come on now, Wanda. Come on now, Wanda. We can't be doing it. But I like that, she had to really look at herself in another reality, in another light, and be looked at by her kids to really understand what she's doing. Because the power of the dark code had her in the show code, and they was making her go crazy. All in all, though, I really think this was like a really compelling story for Doctor Strange. I thought it was a nice stepping stone into the MCU and the multiverse. Because obviously, the multiverse doesn't have to cover everything when you're talking about a multiverse of madness type movie. But naming it Multiverse of Madness, you would expect more from it. You know what I mean? Just the madness part. But overall, going into it, I did expect more. Am I mad that we didn't get more? No, I'm not mad. Everything, I thought the movie for the most part was enjoyable. One thing I will say is, though, I don't think it's rewatchable in a theater setting. I personally wanted to rewatch it, but I was like, I might as well just wait for it to come out on Disney Plus. Like that's how I felt when I left the theater. So that's that. I feel like it's a much better home movie than anything. Anyways, though, I do give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. I've seen a lot of people give it a 6, but I feel like 7.5 is probably the best. Actually, you know what? Take that 7.5 down. We're going with an 8. Throw that 8 up. Throw that 8 up. We're gonna round it up. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. The Batman's still the best movie to come out this year, just so we're all clear. For comic book movies, of course. But yeah, I thought Doctor Strange 2 was a really good movie. It wasn't perfect, right? There were mistakes. There was a lot of things they could have done differently. All in all, though, it was a good movie. It was fulfilling. I feel like seeing Wanda going through all that was really fun to watch. And seeing her, come to terms with everything, just them introducing so much different stuff from the MCU or from the Marvel comics into the MCU. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.